Being self-assured is not only an emotion, it's a unique ability and a profound way of looking at life. One thing that is evident when you discover about yourself is this: your level of self-confidence has a big impact on what you can do. Your goals and ambitions might be silently dashed if you don't believe in yourself. Consider how often innate talent, ready to do great things, is stifled by uncertainty and anxiety. We're looking for methods to improve upon ourselves in this struggle of ours. I want to start by saying thank you for viewing this video. By doing so, you've already taken a step toward using Stoicism to improve your life. Let's first define self-confidence in concrete terms. It develops by coming to terms with and accepting who you are. It doesn't simply happen overnight. According to Stoic philosophy, self-confidence arises from being aware of, accepting of, and making the most of one's strengths and weaknesses. According to this well-worn proverb, genuine confidence comes from inside, not from the approval or praise of others. The renowned Stoic philosopher Epictetus advised against worrying about uncontrollable circumstances. Rather, we need to focus on the things we have control over, such as our behaviors, attitudes, and ideas. We become stronger and more resilient when we approach life's challenges with this style of thinking. Being authentic is a crucial component of self-confidence. It is critical to be truthful about your identity, values, and true desires. Living by your own principles rather than what other people think of you helps you develop a solid feeling of inner stability and serenity, which is essential for developing genuine confidence. Gaining self-confidence also requires self-reflection and self-judgment. By taking a close look at ourselves, we may recognize our areas of strength and improvement. We become more confident and aware of our capabilities as a result of this constant learning and development process. Strongness in the face of difficulty or failure is another essential component of self-confidence. Stoicism encourages us to view setbacks as opportunities for growth and improvement. We become stronger and better prepared for the next step when we accept and learn from our shortcomings rather than running away from them. Ultimately, action is the key to building self-confidence. The Stoic believe that it is not sufficient to just contemplate ideas. One must put them into practice. In order to use these concepts on a daily basis, strive to confront your fears, make courageous decisions, and live up to your convictions. You'll get genuine, long-lasting confidence. First and foremost, know yourself. Examine the true meaning of self-awareness. Stoic self-examination is about discovering who you really are at your core, not merely about evaluating yourself as you gain self-confidence. Who you really are matters more than what you are capable of doing. The renowned Stoic philosopher Epictetus advises us to examine ourselves deeply and identify our true motivations and anxieties. A sincere and profound comprehension of oneself is the foundation of genuine self-assurance. Let's consider the significance of having a deep understanding of oneself. It goes beyond just being aware of your advantages and disadvantages. You also need to consider how they relate to your values. The core tenet of Stoicism is that real self-awareness arises from observing the correspondence between your emotions, ideas, and behavior. It's this contest that gives you so tremendous confidence. How is this applicable to our day-to-day lives? Start by considering your first responses in difficult situations. Do my actions reflect my true beliefs, or am I merely responding quickly? These simple decisions you make on a daily basis, acting not out of fear or a desire to brag, but rather because you are true to yourself and who you are the seeds of self-confidence. Consider your actions before acting. Pause and ask yourself, is this really me and what I believe in? Every day, every time you make a deliberate decision, you're staying loyal to yourself and bolstering your self-esteem. Recall that knowing oneself is a fundamental but powerful first step toward developing confidence. It requires persistence, tolerance, and, above all, self-honesty. You will encounter difficult realities along the way, but you will also discover talents and abilities you were unaware you had. You must realize that it's okay to sometimes feel vulnerable and to not know everything as you get to know yourself. Growing as a person requires learning to accept uncertainty and boundaries. Acceptance like this gives you the confidence to attempt new things and opens doors to experiences that alter your perspective on the world and yourself. Knowing the strength of your ideas and beliefs is another essential component of self-awareness. Your confidence is greatly impacted by your understanding of events, your self-talk, and your beliefs about your abilities. You may begin to alter your self-perception by engaging in more constructive self-talk and challenging any self-doubt you may have. To be self-aware also means to be conscious of and grateful for your emotions. Your emotions may reveal a lot about your fears and areas of genuine concern. You may discover a lot about your motivations and your true desires if you pay attention to your emotions and comprehend the reasons behind them. Being true to yourself, upholding your morals, and being true to who you are ultimately the results of knowing who you are. It's not always simple to do this, particularly when there are expectations from others. However, by being loyal to who you are, you develop more self-assurance and forge closer, more sincere bonds with other people. In conclusion, developing great confidence requires a solid grasp of oneself. Not only can self-discovery help you better understand who you are, but it also opens up fresh perspectives and improves your ability to get along with others. During this process, each step you take makes you a better version of yourself. Second, acknowledge that not everything is modifiable. Concentrate on the fundamental Stoic principle of what you can and cannot control. Achieving this is crucial for genuine, long-lasting trust. Accepting things as they are rather than giving up is the key. Renowned Stoic philosopher Epictetus asserts that our reactions to events matter more than the things that happen to us. It takes fortitude to accept what you are incapable of doing. Everything in life is beyond of your control, including what other people do and what has already occurred. Accepting these boundaries frees up more of your energy and attention for the things you can control, such as your own decisions, reactions, and behaviors. Examine your everyday actions first. Take note of those moments when you feel helpless and angry. Consider, am I trying to control something that's out of my control? Your inner will become stronger when you concentrate on the things you can really alter. This strengthens, adapts, and boosts your confidence. True confidence ultimately stems from a profound comprehension of your controllable and uncontrollable circumstances. You not only become stronger and more adaptive when you accept the things you cannot alter and focus on the things you can, but you also acquire a serenity that demonstrates genuine confidence. The second lesson from Epictetus is to accept the things that you cannot alter and work on the things that you can. This kind of thinking promotes inner serenity in your life. You feel more at ease when you let go of the impulse to control everything and accept the things you cannot change. This serenity makes it easier for you to focus on what you do and how to perform it more effectively. It improves your ability to handle challenging circumstances. Furthermore, accepting something doesn't mean doing nothing. Rather, it means realizing that there are certain things we can't control. This encourages us to focus more on our abilities and areas of strength. This kind of thinking increases our sense of autonomy and control. It demonstrates to us that while life is beyond our control, we always have a choice in how we respond. In practical terms, this may entail putting aside grievances from the past or worries about the future. Realizing that although there is nothing we can do to change the past or predict the future, there are things we can do to improve our lives now. Moreover, developing confidence requires treating oneself with kindness, particularly in the face of setbacks. Understanding that errors are inevitable and that learning from them keeps you focused and enables you to go forward with intention. Ultimately, embracing things allows you to live a more truthful life. You'll have more energy to live by your convictions and pursue your true passions when you give up attempting to control the things you can't. This makes life richer and more fulfilling, because living really and with a purpose in mind automatically fosters confidence. In summary, a wonderful strategy to build confidence is to concentrate on the things you can change and learn to be all right with the things you can't. It teaches you to be mindful of your actions and to maintain your composure in the face of uncertainty about the world around you. In this manner, your life becomes richer and more meaningful as you gain not just confidence, but also knowledge and tranquility. Thirdly, effective concentration is concentrating on what matters most and disregarding everything else. According to Stoic philosophy, our level of happiness in life is largely determined by our priorities. Making sensible decisions about what is and isn't worth our efforts is key. As said by Marcus Aurelius, our ideas have an impact on our lives. Maintaining self-control and practicing frequent attention to what's really essential are necessary. It's difficult to stay concentrated when there are so many distractions around. Stoic techniques come in handy here since they train your mind to ignore unimportant details. You grow more adept at concentrating on your true aspirations and ambitions. Identifying the source of your distractions is the first step towards avoiding them. Social networking, excessive concern, and attempting to please everyone are examples of such things. Once you are aware of them, take concrete action to lessen their impact. This might include setting aside time to avoid using technology, or developing the ability to refuse requests that conflict with your values. You may also practice concentrating better by engaging in certain workouts. You may train your mind to concentrate on the present moment by practicing meditation. Selecting the tasks that are really essential for each day is another useful step. Considering the question, what's the main thing I need to get done today? Maintaining this concentration gives your actions greater meaning and boosts your self-esteem as you go about living your life on your terms. Remember that being focused is a way of life, not merely a talent. Not only can you accomplish more by focusing on what matters most and disregarding everything else, but you also develop inner peace, which is crucial for self-assurance. Stoics see the value of attention in this way. Fourth piece of advice: become tougher. One of the most important lessons that Stoicism imparts to us is that toughness is a skill that can be developed. Stoic toughness is the ability to transform setbacks into opportunities for improvement, rather than merely getting by during difficult circumstances. Seneca once stated that what really defines a person is not what happens to them, but rather how they respond to it. It's crucial to learn from errors if one practices Stoicism. There is a hidden lesson in every challenge or difficult circumstance. Consider, what can this teach me while you are going through a difficult moment, rather than giving up. By approaching problems in this manner, you may turn every error into a learning opportunity and become more resilient in difficult situations. In reality, cultivating Stoic toughness is the key to becoming resilient. Challenges don't make you run away or afraid. Instead, you tackle them head-on. You get stronger and more self-assured each time you overcome an obstacle or confront a fear. Remember that being resilient is about understanding how to take advantage of difficult circumstances rather than merely getting by them. Everyday resilience building may take many forms. It may be doing a task you've been putting off or handling a significant issue, such as grieving a death. Think like a Stoic in every circumstance. The essential thing is not what occurs, but rather how you handle it. Thus, when you encounter difficult circumstances, meet them with courage, knowing that each challenge is an opportunity to grow and improve. Stoic toughness is the ability to see the positive side of challenges and transform them into opportunities for growth. Your confidence will soar beyond measure if you maintain your tough exterior. Acceptance and the knowledge that things won't always be easy or fair, but also the knowledge that we can overcome adversity, are other aspects of resilience. Accepting that difficult times are a part of life, and that we can overcome them instead of giving up, is the key to this acceptance. To be tough like a Stoic also is to look beyond the immediate issues at hand and consider the bigger picture. It's about planning forward and seeing how these difficult moments might aid in your future development. Gratitude is another powerful tool for building resilience. Even in the face of adversity, you may maintain your optimism by focusing on your possessions rather than your shortcomings. This gratitude enables you to see challenges as opportunities to grow and learn. Help from others and belonging to a community strengthens toughness. Having people in your life who understand and are there for you when things go hard is incredibly beneficial. These relationships not only lift your spirits, but also serve as a reminder that you're not facing difficulties alone. Stoic toughness training is ultimately a commitment to continuous improvement. It entails seeing every event, happy or difficult, as a chance to learn more about who you are and the world around you. With this mindset, you can embrace the highs and lows of life and have faith that you can overcome any obstacles and succeed. In summary, Stoic toughness is an excellent strategy for surviving life. It demonstrates how to deal with adversity, develop from it, and turn it into an opportunity to gain self-assurance. Resilience helps us not just overcome adversity, but also grow in strength, intelligence, and self-assurance. Fifth, have a humble attitude. It's simple to become too arrogant while attempting to project confidence, but genuine confidence doesn't have to be. As far as Stoic philosophy is concerned, humility is one of the finest attributes one can possess. You cannot learn anything new if you think you already know everything, as Epictetus pointed out. To properly connect with people and learn from them, one must possess humility. Realizing your own limitations and respecting the wisdom and worth of others is what it means to choose between humility and hubris, not between strength and weakness. A modest person understands that there is always more to learn and room for improvement, regardless of their level of experience or talent. According to Epictetus, humility is realizing your own worth and realizing that you are not the most significant person in the world. It is not about demeaning yourself. It might be difficult to cultivate humility day by day, particularly when people are more concerned with appearances than with the true nature of things. Attempt to say less and listen more. Show consideration for other people's opinions, and acknowledge that you are not always right. When you succeed, acknowledge others as well. Never forget that everyone you meet has experiences and knowledge that you do not. Growing in humility leads to a consistent and long-lasting increase in confidence. People respect and look up to you more as you become more approachable, adaptable, and fascinating. Being really humble enhances your relationships with others in addition to making you a better person. Thus, practice humility. That is the Stoic path to genuine, profound confidence. Acknowledging and complimenting others for their accomplishments is another aspect of humility. By acting in this way, we not only demonstrate our respect for them, but also help them understand how unique and wonderful each person is. This enables us to appreciate the uniqueness of each individual and the fact that one person's achievement does not diminish that of another. Admitting we are not experts and occasionally in need of assistance from those with greater knowledge or experience is a sign of humility. It's not a sign of weakness, but of strength. Our connections and personal development are strengthened when we are willing to collaborate and learn from others. Being humble also entails taking responsibility for our own acts, admitting when we're mistaken, and trying to put things right. It's crucial for personal development. Self-awareness of this kind, which recognizes our strengths and shortcomings, is a necessary step toward developing genuine confidence. Being grateful for what we have, our friends and family, and the possibilities we have are all part of humility. It assists us in concentrating on what matters most. Gratitude helps us feel like we belong to a bigger community by keeping us connected to the earth and other people. In conclusion, one of the most crucial Stoic traits for fostering strong, long-lasting confidence is humility. It supports us in treating others with respect and honesty, learning from others and our environment constantly, and appreciating ourselves without exaggerating our own worth. Developing humility improves us as individuals and contributes to a more compassionate, courteous, and interconnected environment. Sixth, be aware of and abide by your own personal convictions. Living in accordance with your core values is the path to true, long-lasting confidence. Knowing what you believe in is not enough. You also need to live up to it every day. This entails being loyal to who you are, which is something that Stoics value highly. Speaking about doing the right thing doesn't enough. You also need to act on it. According to Epictetus, personal values are vital. They are akin to a compass that guides your decisions, actions, and life's direction. Consider the values that are most important to you, such as bravery, kindness, honesty, and loyalty. Establish your core beliefs and strive to live by them. Living an honorable life entails doing and speaking in accordance with your principles and convictions. It's challenging to accomplish this, particularly when others pressure you to compromise your values. But each time you choose to follow your convictions rather than the easy route, you build self-confidence. You demonstrate to yourself the validity and significance of your views in your life. To connect what you do with what you believe is ethical, begin with little actions in your daily life. If you value honesty, you should always tell the truth, even when it's difficult. Try to be polite and helpful to others if you really care about being kind, even if no one else notices. Making these little but meaningful changes in your life can help you become the person you want to be. Remember that living according to your principles is a continuous process rather than a destination. It's possible to make errors along the road, but what counts is accepting responsibility for them and learning from them. Setting and upholding your own principles makes you a role model for others and increases your confidence in who you are. A happy, meaningful, and self-assured existence is largely dependent on being loyal to your ideals. Living according to your principles is telling the truth to others, keeping your word, and acting in a manner that communicates your priorities. In addition to bringing you inner serenity, acting in accordance with your beliefs increases people's faith in you. Being responsible for your actions and the consequences of them is another aspect of living a life consistent with your ideals. By owning up to your errors and correcting them, you demonstrate your commitment to your principles. It's critical to frequently reflect on your behavior. It is easier to make sure you are living according to your principles when you take the time to reflect on the decisions and actions you have taken. Frequent self-evaluation is a fantastic method to continue improving and expanding. Seventh advice: express thankfulness every day. Gratitude practice is essential to Stoicism and self-confidence developing. It's important to cherish the little things in life in addition to the large ones, and to express gratitude for both. According to Marcus Aurelius, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Make a gratitude list of 3 items for each day to begin. It may be anything as basic as a bright day, a delicious cup of coffee, or a loved one's smile. By focusing on what you have instead of what you need, this exercise helps you develop a happy outlook. Recognizing other people's efforts is another aspect of gratitude. Recognize the help and generosity you get from friends, family, and even complete strangers. By thanking them, you strengthen your bonds with them and create a network of support around you. Gratitude also includes understanding the difficulties you encounter. Consider them as chances to learn and develop rather than as roadblocks. This viewpoint helps you become more resilient while also expanding your comprehension and enjoyment of the complexity of life. The eighth aim is to welcome inquiry and learning. As you increase your knowledge and abilities, your confidence rises. A Stoic approach to education emphasizes curiosity about both the outside world and oneself in addition to intellectual pursuits. The quote from Epictetus that highlights the value of education is, "Only the educated are free." Make it your goal to gain new knowledge each day. It might be a truth, a talent, or a viewpoint. Your mind is kept busy and engaged by this constant learning, which makes it easier for you to adjust to new circumstances. Being open to other points of view is another aspect of curiosity. Interact with others who have contrasting views and experiences. This increases your comprehension and instills in you an appreciation for variety and sensitivity. Recall that learning is a continuous process. There's always something new to learn, and every bit of information you get boosts your self-assurance and intelligence. In conclusion, exercising toughness, humility, and appreciation, adhering to your unique convictions, and embracing lifelong learning and curiosity are all important components of Stoicism-based self-confidence growth. These ideas help you live a more resilient, self-assured, and meaningful life where obstacles become opportunities and every day presents an opportunity for development.